All right, we're back up to Table Talk. We had a little glitch and we had to just quickly settle that, and we apologize for that. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's continue from where we stopped. All right, talked about we initially talked about the increase in price. We looked at how it is important that the federal government has to do a lot in ensuring that in as much as we want concrete rules and concrete roads, yes, we need to also, there's a lot to be done in order to avoid the increase in the price of cement, because it would in turn affect the real estate market, the real estate business, especially those that are, building homes, houses, and all that. Let's also go segue into another topic of another story that we have selected this morning right here on Table Talk. Wiki gives owners of undeveloped land 3 months grace. Aha. This is interesting. The minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has approved a 3-month grace period for owners of 189 undeveloped plots of land in the FCT to begin to develop them or get their allocation papers revoked. Oh wow. The Director of Information and Communication at the FCT Administration, Mr. Mohammed Saliu Suleir, stated on Sunday in Abuja that that the affected title holders had obtained building plan approvals but were yet to develop the properties.
In fact,
this is amazing.
A very good development. It's not even. It shouldn't even be in Abuja alone.
Yeah.
It should cut across other states, because I've come to realize that the undeveloped properties or lands across different states has been a den, or let me say a place through which all these form of the armed robbers or evil perpetrators, they use those places to hide and perform their evil agendas.
True.
So for Wike minister, the Federal Capital Territory minister, to be coming up with this development is a good one, because if you go to Federal Capital Territory today, you will see a whole lot of undeveloped lands in the Federal Capital Territory. And this property have been acquired years ago. So we have all form of people living in those places, using those property to perpetrate their evils in the state. And if this current administration is able to tackle this challenge head on, it will reduce criminals in the Federal Capital Territory.
That's true.
To me, it's a good one. Not even in Abuja. I know several real estate companies who have sold properties to different buyers, and up to today, those buyers have not really come to develop their properties, which is a big challenge in the industry. It is affect the development in that community. It will increase the crime. It will increase the crime rates in those environments, and of course, it will affect the people living in that environment. They will be living in fear. Because if a particular property or project is abandoned, is not developed, you have given that environment to all form of people to be lodging in to commit all manner of crime.
I agree with you.
And then the high level of insecurity is also challenging towards these undeveloped areas or properties. So I commend former Governor Wike, the current Minister of Federal Capital Territory, giving a timeline for them to come and develop their properties or get their property revoked. The question now is, if those properties have been revoked, what next?
Will that bring about the development?
Exactly. Yes. Is government ready to develop
to
those
take over
properties?
and develop
yes.
as soon as possible?
Absolutely. Or they are going to sell it out to another investors
that will start development immediately, because by the time you sell it out, that person will also require time to do development.
So
that's true.
The governor needs to, the minister needs to weigh the two options. If I should revoke this property or these landed properties, what next? do I make it open for people to come and buy, or do I leave it and develop it later in the future? Because we have this mindset in Nigeria that anything government does, they do it halfway. You know, and that's why people believe in an environment where they encourage private individuals to invest in real estate. This Readan Association that we have, Real Estate Property Development Association, it is a function of lack of government full participation in real estate. That is why they bring in private investors to come and take over the industry and make home ownership a reality for all. Yes, I believe some of these property that were acquired from government, then the plan is to make it, to develop them and make them available for the public. But now that they are failing in their own part, government also have to come in and then probably revoke those properties. We can even read further. Let's see what what it says. Okay, it said the grace period applied to individuals. Okay, the grace period, he explained, applied to individuals and to corporate organizations that have shown the desire to develop their property by obtaining building plan approval. If we have time to dig deeply into this, I can tell you for free that it is the corporate organization that at fault. Because these are the people that will just acquire a property and leave it for years, believing that when development hits those particular areas, they will come and develop their properties. We have, I can tell you for free, the category of people that have been in this net will be banking sector.
True.
Hospitality, and then probably telecommunication industry. These are the people that will probably buy those property in large quantity. Yes. And believing that when development gets to those areas, they are going to develop those properties. And we also even have the government to blame. If the infrastructures are not put in place, how would these people be motivated to develop those properties? So it is very, very important. Individual may probably acquire those property and develop it because they want to have their own house. They want to build their own properties. So I believe if we are to look at the number of people at fault in these categories, corporate organizations will have the highest percentage compared to individuals. And then we also have some real estate developers too, who may also fall in these categories. These ones will also. Another good thing about this development is it will encourage quick development.
True. Very true.
Because I can acquire property, let's say 10 years ago, at the rate of 1 million. Let's say, for instance, and the government is coming to take it back from me. All I need to do is to find out what are the processes. And another thing the government also needs to do is to simplify the approval process.
Very true. Approval process.
Yes, they need to simplify it. Otherwise, some people may even choose that, okay, let government take it. Whereas getting approval is not easy. It's not easy for me. So I think government should also, in their own parts, reduce, or let me say, break the bottleneck of getting the government approval to develop those properties. If those conditions are put into consideration, I believe some of these property owners, because nobody wants his land or property to be acquired by government.
Yes.
Because if they do that, what is the tendency that... so I believe there are two ways to these things. The government should simplify the process of getting the building permit. That is one. And then two, they should speed up development in the Federal Capital Territory. That is from the government angle.
Especially public infrastructure.
Yes, it's very, very important. It's very, very important. And then from the property owners, or let me say, yes, for the industry, it will increase development. It will improve development. Because by the time they are ready, or by the time they take further step by meeting the government, giving them the approval, then taking up the project, developing the property, it will also bring development in that axis. So I probably, to some extent, support the government for revoking the property of those who probably fails
the deadline for property revoke. I think Wiki went to Abuja with the spirit from Rivers. You know, he had a lot of infrastructural development, road, bridges, and all that. So he went to Abuja with that spirit to continue with that. All right. We have been reading from the Punch. Let's segue to another story that we have selected from the Guardian this time around. Concerns over commercial warehouse space shortage. Concerns over commercial warehouse space shortage. As importers and logistic companies stockpile goods to hedge against inflation and skyrocketing exchange rate problems, there are growing space constraints to stretch the merchandise into most populous cities in the country. The shortage of commercial warehouse and industrial space is the latest fallout from retailers, e-commerce businesses, and distributors of major manufacturing companies who are stockpiling goods as measures to ensure they don't run short on inventory and sustain profitability. The Guardian learned economic uncertainty combined with building material costs and high interest rates on commercial loans have prompted some developers to give up plans for new warehouse construction, while in some cities such as Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kaduna, Ibadan, and Lagos, the demand for distribution centers has continued to offer some investors strong investment opportunities. Now, this is talking about the fact that there's shortage of warehouses because investors are no longer going into new development, and this is because the ones that are on ground, distributors are piling up.
Yes,
they are piling up their goods, and just because of
over demand. Let me put it that way. Well, I'm not really surprised about this development. We have different categories of real estate investments.
Yeah,
we have residential, we have commercial, we have fixed mix, and then we have industrial. Now, this warehousing of a thing falls under industrial real estate investment.
Yeah,
and warehousing came into limelight immediately after the COVID. Before now, people don't really invest in warehousing because the profit margin is very, very insignificant compared to residential and commercial.
Yeah, true.
Residential is highly demanded. And then the commercial, of course, because people need office space, they want to have that environment through which they can strive and promote their business. Where warehousing are majorly for industrial use. I can mention about 3 or 4 retail businesses. ShopRite has a very large warehouse. Urbanon, Globus. These are the retail businesses that probably. Okay, we also have what is this online Jumia. Yes. In fact, Jumia has one of the biggest warehouse in Nigeria. But because of the fact that the returns from warehousing or warehouse is not as huge and as quick as residential. And that's why people are not really interested in going into warehousing real estate investment. But going with the fact that the usage is increasing on a daily basis,
and the availability is limited.
It's less. This is a opportunity. This is a big opportunity for investors
and real estate business owners.
To come into this now, because if the market is booming, the next thing is for you to also go into it and cash out.
Exactly, that's true. That's true.
So it is an opportunity for people who are interested in industrial real estate investment to come into the market and take their own share. You know, I was reading through the other part of the story that give the clearer picture of what people of what returns looks like when it comes to this real estate. This industrial. Warehousing investment.
Yeah.
But the demand for warehousing will keep increasing. Whether we like it or not, because after the moment COVID came, everybody stays in their house. Nobody is going out to shop again. Everybody just want to order their stuff online.
Yes.
And then you need this online thing. There must be a warehouse where which they keep all those materials or products pending when demand comes. You know, before now we go to supermarket, we go to anywhere physically to buy those things. But between January and now, the number of online shoppings, or let me say patronage, has increased by 60 to 70%. So, in other words, there is now an opportunity for anybody who is interested in investing in warehousing to go into it. Because the demand is there. What they need to do now is to find a flexible way of making their money or making their profits. Because these retail businesses, they are making profits on a daily basis. It is now left for us to be very innovative on how to go into this investment and make profit or returns as soon as possible. Not everybody will be like we have now. That's what we call shortlist.
Yeah.
You go in, use the facility, and pay immediately.
Yeah.
We can also come up with another approach of reinventing this warehousing system. You can come up with a good, let me say, plan in such a way that the returns will either be on a monthly basis or returns as soon as possible. So because the market is there already.
Yeah.
People are going into different businesses that are opening up and that they will need warehouses.
Yes.
Those goods, either farm produce or raw materials, or houseware, or anything. So the market is opening up already.
Especially importers.
Yes, importers, you know, building materials, all those things. The demand will keep increasing on a monthly basis. So I'm encouraging, or let me say, we are giving out this information for the investors.
Yes, true.
Because this is what this platform is all about.
Exactly.
The idea behind this radio program is to inform the people
the opportunities that are available that are
available in the industry. So this is a best time to invest in how
But you see, the Guardian here says economic uncertainty, building materials costs. The cost of building materials, high interest rates on commercial loans have prompted some developers to give up on plans for new warehouse construction.
Yes. In fact, that's another angle about this. Now, people are beginning to have assumption that the building materials or some other thing that relates to building construction will increase in 2 or 3 months from now.
Yeah.
Or let me say by next year, things will just keep increasing. So they want to stock up those raw materials now before next year. That will now give room for more warehousing in market. Because if they probably buy those things from outside or anywhere they are getting them from, where are they going to keep them?
So investors has no option than to
they just need to come into this market
take that courage
and take advantage of it.
And take advantage of it.
Honestly, that's
because in every disadvantage is an advantage.
Yes. So now, in fact, they will be the one dictating the price.
Exactly, that's true. Very true.
Because if you want to use my facility, I will tell you the terms and conditions I want you to come in.
Exactly. Now this other part says in Port Harcourt, many companies are choosing to diversify
Diversify.
Yes, warehouse locations by constructing new warehouses in outskirts, as there has been scarcity of land to erect new warehouses in industrial locations. Whereas in Lagos, most of the existing ones have become obsolete, and others have been converted to churches, banks, and shopping malls.
There's another disadvantage. Before now, I actually agree with this part of the story. We have different warehouses in Lagos, and because we are, let me say, we are religious country, if there's anything like that. So we want to go to church to pray.
So investors are already diversifying. So they're like, some of them are converting their warehouses to churches, malls.
Yes. But we also like the other part that says they should be innovative.
Yeah, true.
Because the old ones are obsolete. We need to begin to have a kind of new way of doing business in Nigeria. We are talking about smart buildings in real estate. 10 years, 20 years, we don't have anything like smart building. We don't have anything like, luxury is not that common. So, but year in, year out, innovative ideas, new ways of doing things are taking over. So it is now a new opportunity for people that want to go into this industrial related investment to begin to innovate, to begin to find ways of attracting the kind of customers, or let me say, the users of this facility. They need to begin to come up with new ideas to promote this new industrial real estate investment. So I will encourage any new investor that is coming to this industry to think outside the box. They shouldn't pattern their ideas along the old ways of doing things. They need to reinvent those ideas and come up with new innovations that will encourage or attract the people that will actually need these facilities to take advantage of them. And they will be the one dictating the price. Because if I bring in something new that has not been in the industry before, I will be the first, let me say, I will monopolize that concept.
True.
And cash out on time before new people begin to take advantage.
I think we should both consider having a joint collaboration and going to and just. All right, let's move away from real estate news and from the Punch newspaper. Let's talk about something funny that happened. Not really that funny. Lagos driver stabs Lasma official, strips self naked.
Wow.
A yet to be identified Lagos driver has allegedly stabbed the officer of the Lagos Traffic Management Authority after a disagreement at the Costain roundabout area of Lagos. Punch Metro gathered that the incident occurred on Sunday after the driver was accosted by the officers for allegedly obstructing the road with his vehicle. In a video that went viral online, the driver was seen stripping himself naked inside the commercial yellow bus with number plates, number blah blah blah. The plate number is not necessary now. He was heard telling the officers, "You can't take this vehicle away from here," as he also kept making calls with a mobile phone in his hand. Now,
I actually saw this video.
Now you see, I don't know how to express this now, or I don't know the right adjective to use to qualify the behavior of yellow bus commercial drivers. I was going out was it on Sunday morning? Yes, on Sunday morning. I was heading to church on Sunday morning, and there was traffic at this very bus stop. Just for us to get to the point where this traffic started. This, I don't know. It was a commercial, yellow bus commercial driver. He literally stopped at the middle of the road doing nothing.
See, the problem with commercial transporters in Nigeria is because nobody is regulating them. There is no regulator anywhere monitoring the activities of these road users. And that's why we have the law agencies controlling or managing them. Let me put it that way. You know, I saw the video when I got to the office this morning, and I went on social media. I saw the video. The man stripped himself naked, and I started shouting. You know, and the mindset we have about our law agencies is that they are here to trip up. They are here to take our livelihood away from us, or they are here to extort us. So the fear of losing that daily, let me say, daily income is the fear of them doing all manners of things.
Behave the way they want to.
Yes. So, and I've come to realize that these commercial drivers, they have what we call daily targets. They work towards a particular target every day. So if they see last man coming their way, it's like this is an enemy. This man will not allow me to hit my target today. I need to avoid him. I need to do this. I need to do that. You know, and we have this mindset that once we are being caught by last man or any road agencies, the next thing is they will take us to their location, and the activities or any plan I have for that whole day is out of it. So, but at this point, I will just encourage all the commercial road users to always behave in a manner that will bring some level of respect to what they do. It's very, very important. And then our law agencies, they need to also apply some wisdom, let me put it that way, in addressing or approaching these road users. Because you are trying to ensure that they maintain rules and regulation.
Yeah.
There are several ways of addressing these issues. I believe this man must have encountered last man not once, not twice. And that is why he has already mastered the best approach.
It's violence.
Yes.
And I think the manner of approach, our traffic law enforcement agencies, the manner of approach really, really matters a lot. Sometimes I see the way some of these last mile officials behave, and I'll be like, I mean, you shouldn't behave this way. If there is if somebody is driving or doing the wrong thing, there should be a way. This is what I'm thinking now. For instance, if I'm obstructing movement or I'm flouting traffic rules and regulations, there should be a way that, okay, I will get a booking, a warning. Don't take this, or don't take this one way next time, or don't do, okay, I committed the first offense. I get a booking. It is recorded somewhere. I commit another offense. It is recorded somewhere. I commit another offense for the third time. It is recorded somewhere. And then when I commit another offense, probably after 2-3 times, there should be a record that shows that, okay, this person has been flouting traffic laws, and this time around he has refused after several warnings and bookings. Now there will be punishments.
Well, one of the problems we have in Nigeria is data management.
Exactly.
We don't really have data of all these road users. So they get away with all forms of, let me say, they get away with any form of violation. Yeah. They violate the road safety, the what's it called again? That this other one, OIO or something. VIO. Yeah. They violate all form of rules and regulation that applies to road users. And because we don't have proper data management, there is no way we'll be able to track all these road users. True. So, and then, because, sorry to use this word, some of these government agencies, they are not after arresting or
even correcting them. Yes, they're after them. What they want to collect, what they want to gain from them.
Exactly. I've seen several occasions whereby one of the road, let me say last month, that was a day I was about to cross to the other side of the road, and the traffic light was not working. Yeah. So there is no way I will know when to drive or when not to.
When not to.
Because when I saw cars driving and turning, I just followed them. The next thing is, hey, Oga, why you no look for, why you don't you see that you are not supposed to drive, you have already violated. I say, what is it, Oga? There is no, the traffic light is not working. So how do you want me to know when to drive or when not to?
That is why I said earlier that the amount of approach really matters.
Yes, it's very important.
Before you don't just correct, at least correct, book this person down.
So
correct the person, say next time don't do this. Book this person down.
Why done? I know after winding down, the next thing is to enter my car. So if not because I was like, well, I'm used to them, I know how to address them, and I don't even need to be scared of them. The moment they say, Oga, wind down, I said, I don't even need to wind down. Come, I will bring you. You said, Oga, just wind. So the moment I wind down, he was struggling to open
the door from it, and that is illegal. I mean,
yes.
You don't just barge into somebody's car.
You know what I did? I opened the door. I said, okay, Oga, enter. He entered. He said, Oga, drive down. I just drove down and I parked. I said, Mr. Man, I know that what you are doing here, you are doing your job, but nobody recognizes what you are doing. You come here day in, day out to control the traffic. But the truth is, I appreciate what you guys are doing, but not everybody appreciates what you are doing. But as a person, I've already made up my mind that anytime I come in contact with any of you, I will commend your efforts and also find something for you for that day. The man was just like, Oga, I never met the kind of person like you before. So you people know what we are. I said, yes, I appreciate you. I know that people don't appreciate it because the next thing is to attack you or do But for me, I've made up my mind that anytime I come in contact with any of you, I can show you the number of last month's
officials numbers that you have.
That I have on my phone. Officials. Yes. Not that I ate them or probably I collected their number out of fear, but because I appreciate what they do. And now that you have already entered my car, I need to let you know that these are the things you people should do. And I put him through several things that I believe he should know. At the end of everything, let me just cut my long story short. At the end of everything, I just, okay, Oga, give me your number. I mean, give me your account details. Let me just give you something for the 7%. You know. I collected his account number and I gave him, don't let me announce or let me say the amount I gave, because I appreciate what they do, even though nobody appreciates or recognizes what they do on our road. But they also need to know what they are doing and they avoid all this rascality that's happened on our highway sometimes. True.
All right, let's just take our last stories and then we'll call it a day for now. Now this is about TUC. Lagos government condemns TUC RTEAN plan protests. All right. The Lagos State government has described the planned protest by members of the Trade Union Congress TUC over last year's suspension of the activities of the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria RTEAN Lagos chapter as a breach of law if carried out. All right. It described the planned protest as an attempt to twist and intimidate the government, considering all the efforts being made to resolve the matter amicably. The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, who made the remarks in a statement on Monday, stressed that there is no need for the protest. The statement reads, the Lagos State government has noted the plan by the Trade Union Congress TUC to protest the September 2022 suspension of the activities of the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria RTEAN Lagos chapter in motor parks and garages in Lagos State due to violence and internal strife. A 35-man ad hoc caretaker committee, ad hoc caretaker committee was constituted by the state government to manage the state's parks and garages under the control of RTEAN pending resolution of the internal dispute and to stop immediately the violence in some parts of Lagos in some parts of the state, in line with the recommendations of the 2004 White Paper on Transport Union Matters in the state. Now, the TUC has scheduled a protest for September 25 to force a return of RTEAN to the parks following a verdict of the National Industrial Court, NIC.
Well, this has been a long battle. I think it's saying that from 2014 or when? Now, where anything protest in Lagos, to me, we shouldn't encourage it.
True.
If you go back to what happened during the answers, it has been a serious battle. From that period, even till now, we've not been able to address some of the challenges that led to this protest.
Some of the protests that was experienced
in
Lagos.
Every time or any period anybody is coming again to protest, the government will do everything in
to
its
shut
capacity to stop it, because they don't want to have that same experience again. And we've come to realize that some of these protests are being hijacked
True.
by another set of people. But I believe there are better ways of addressing these issues, which I believe probably they must have exhausted almost every option that are available to them, and the next thing is to protest.
To the streets.
And I believe now that they've already brought it up again, the government will listen to them. Because the truth is, Lagos State government especially, they don't want anything called protest again. They don't even want to have anybody coming up with this idea anymore. And they are also ready to do everything in their capacity to control every issue that is coming up, And this thing has been on for a very long time. We have different associations in our transportation, this thing in Lagos. And it has been on and off. In fact, recently I read another story. There was a time MC Olioma, who happened to be the chairman of another section, was reinstalled again. And this has also caused a lot of confusion in the
backlash.
Yes, in that association. So I believe government at this level should try and pay attention to this association, because they are occupying a key position in Lagos State, not even in Lagos State, in Nigeria. Transportation industry contribute nothing less than 5% to our GDP in Nigeria. So why do we neglect them to this Agbero or on? I don't want to start mentioning them on here now. So government need to take another approach of addressing these issues before it gets out of hand. Because by the time they start this protest of a thing as scheduled, which is to be tomorrow. Yes, I believe between now and tomorrow, there will be some other meetings upon meetings to address this challenge, because the truth is we are not ready for any protest in Lagos. We don't want it. This mobile recession, or let me say candle night that was held. They call it candle nights of a thing, but people still protest. We want justice. And before we know it, Lagos State, the first toll gate.
Lekki toll gate.
Lekki toll gate. They have to send police to come and, chase people away from that place. And the next thing is, okay, anything protest, let me just put it that way, let me round it up in that way, that we don't really need it in Lagos. And it will affect some other business activities. When protest takes place, it affects businesses, it affects the economy, it affects the state. The revenue for that day would definitely reduce. So government is not ready to encourage or entertain any form of protest. And I believe between now and tomorrow, there are going to be a way out.
All right, we look into different stories making the rounds. We look into different headlines. We carefully select a few, bring them to the table. We talk about them and also give you the opportunity to air your views. You can keep the conversation going even after the end of this session. How to multiply your results as a realtor in the last quarter of the year without burning out is the next conversation we'll be having by 1 p.m. and we'll be having Barrister Omar Linda right here in the studio. So do well to join us by 1 p.m. Thank you very much, Mr. Simeon Omar, and thank you to everyone that has joined us. See you again by 1 p.m.